I didn't make the video that day because I didn't really feel like it. I was having a hell of a day. Well, actually, you know, that whole week wasn't the best. The point is, I finally got this. This is the MP-10 Optimus Prime. This is basically the figure that I was talking about. That's similar to the MP-01, but it's a different model. And this is pretty much exactly like the one on the cartoon, or it's not exactly like the one on the cartoon, but it's more accurate than the MP-01. You know, the sculpt, the head sculpt is a little more accurate. This one actually does have the matrix, even though I lost it in the other one. There's a matrix. So, you know, that's not missing. Joints work pretty smooth in this. You can do just about a full split. It comes with this gun right here. This gun is a spring-loaded gun. I don't know. Well, it don't actually have bullets in it. It basically closes up like this, and then when you push a button, it opens up. But you know, there's different ways you can basically display this. He doesn't even really have to try to hold it because there's a perfect right, there's a little hole in the hand right there that pegs into that basically, which, you know, allows the hand to hold on to it easier. There's this little gimmick actually that this one had, which is one of the reasons why I thought it would be interesting to have this one, and that is that you ever see on the movie where he jumps up, you know? Well, there's an explanation now for where his gun came from. And, you know, he basically comes down, you know, and he basically shoots the entire battlefield down while Stan Bush is basically singing, "You got the touch," dun, dun, you know. And everybody's pretty much dying and everything. There you go. That's basically all there is to that. And obviously it has a transformation. I don't know if that's going to fit into this video because, you know, but I might try to transform this though. And it comes with several other things too, you know, which I can maybe get to showing in just a minute. And the transformation to this is very similar to the MP-01, but don't try to transform it exactly like the MP-01 because there are differences in the transformation. And one of them is that this is not on a double hinge. It is not designed to move, and if you you're supposed to pull this apart, but if you actually try to pull that down, you'll break it. It is not designed for that. In this mod, rather than the entire bumper being stored inside of his chest, part of it is stored in the back right here, along with the headlight, which really I'm pretty sure on a lot of models is where it's stored. You know, it's crazy how there's Masterpiece Optimus Primes are almost like Frankenstein versions of each other. You know, if one model doesn't have something, another will, and just, I don't know, I think that's kind of strange, but that's tends to be true. And this, yeah, this is taking a little while to get because everything's intact, and the way this transforms is a little bit more sturdy than the MP-01. But I almost have it in truck mode. Just excuse me 1 second. This is the Optimus Prime MP-10 truck mode. Optimus Prime, or not Optimus Prime, Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost, right? He goes through there like some kind of fucking, guy that's been watching way too many NoFap videos, you know. Everybody's shooting at him, and he's got this fire that comes out, you know. He basically jumps up about 120,000 feet in the fucking air and comes down, you know, about probably 400,000 newtons hitting the ground or whatever, you know. This is the trailer, you know, and it's basically what's got all the stuff inside of it, which, you know, that's basically where all the, you know, the commander and stuff, the axe and the gun and all that stuff is kept in there, which is, it's actually an option. Then in truck mode, you can have that inside of the cab. I just don't do it because I don't like to keep those springs all springed up, right? I'm not into that. I want it to last, but, you know, you got everything, including the spike figure, you know, inside the commander and the roller and all that stuff that you basically have with the G1 model. And it's basically the same thing, except it's much bigger and it's a lot more complicated to transform, and it's got a lot more gimmicks to it than the G1 model, that's for sure. You know, I can forgive the convenience of the G1 model because it's the G1 model. It was made in the 80s, and Hasbro was making these early models for little kids, and it would be much more convenient for a little kid, not only to have a more simple transformation, but also, you know, it was a little harder back then because it was the 80s. They just started making models back then. But that's basically the MP-10 model. This is a rare episode. I never make videos addressing Transformers or anything normally, but I just figured I would show this off. And I might put this on another channel that I may or may not have that looks like this one, almost. It has a completely different name, maybe, if it exists. I'll let you guys keep guessing that one.